Good morning, everybody. It is Steven Freeborn, and I am coming to you live from in my studio. I guess I'm not really coming to you live because this is pre-recorded, but I am recording this in my studio, aka my gym, aka my garage. So it is cold, but I've got some coffee to keep me warmed up and in the flow. This is another one of those audio-visual projects that I decided I wanted to start going into the new year. Partly just a way to exercise kind of my creative content producing muscles, but also to give me kind of opportunity to talk about and read about and learn about an industry that I'm interested in, and learn about gadgets and hardware and things that I already do on a regular basis. But I just don't have a good outlet for me to really talk about them or weave them into my content. So this is what I'm calling my take on tech. So if you didn't know, I love technology, especially the consumer side of it. I like to get my hands on the newest stuff, the latest gadgets, cameras, phones, laptops, you name it, drones, you name it. I would love to take a look at it, try it out. See how it does. That being said, I'm really not, the most educated, I guess, tech person in the world. I know enough. I probably know a little bit more than the average, but I definitely don't know as much as the person who's actually working in technology and actually went to school for technology. But I thought I would share kind of my consumer side or my consumer perspective on things. By no means is this meant to be like a comprehensive review show like Marquez Brownlee or Unbox Therapy. It's more of just, hey, me talking about things I've seen. So the format I have in mind for this is I pick out 3 articles or 3 things that I've seen that are kind of tech related and then talk about them and some points around them. So that's where we're going to start today. So, if you guys haven't seen it, there is a video going viral right now, and it is called Italian Grandma Learning to Use Google Home. If you haven't seen it, you need to see it. Actually, right here, I'll play it for you for a second. It's hilarious.
Hello, Google.
Hey, you're okay.
That's something from the
Google.
alphabets.
You have to say, hey, Google, or okay.
Hey, Google. Okay, Google.
What's the
There you go.
weather?
Yeah.
What's
What?
the weather, ask?
What the weather? You want to know what is the weather
Tomorrow.
tomorrow?
In Flagler Beach tomorrow, there will be showers with a high of 65 and a low of 56.
So if you haven't seen it, the premise of the video is basically it's somebody's elderly or older grandma, Italian grandma. She's got this thick accent, and they're teaching her how to use a Google Home. So it's hilarious, like watching her interact and learn the commands and everything. That being said, it brings up something that I think is worth talking about, and that is voice. I think voice technology is going to be big. I think that the current state of voice technology is it's kind of fragmented, not super efficient, not super great on any platform, but it's just good enough for us to kind of dabble with. For example, I've interacted with Amazon Alexa. I have an Echo Dot. I've interacted with the Google Home. Of course, everyone's interacted largely with Apple Siri. I've interacted a little bit with Google Assistant. And while they're all pretty good, they're all not that great. And each one's kind of its own niche for its own thing. So like Amazon Alexa is really great for like shopping, getting very like rudimentary information. But if you actually want to know more specific things, it struggles a little bit. It seems to not be able to pull from as many kind of information sources as say the Google Home, which the Google Home seems to be much more the kind of catch-all question answer. Which makes sense, right? Amazon is more of a commerce platform. It's less of a search engine. Google is more of a search engine, but less of a commerce platform because, buying things through Google Home really isn't that fluid or succinct. And then, the voice technologies that are on your phone, like Apple Siri, Google Assistant, as we all know from the memes, they're just not quite that great. I don't really know why that is, but they just don't really work well when you want them to work well. And I think that's why people use them less. But I think the thing with voice is, where I see it going in the future is if you can have one device that services multiple platforms and does everything really well. It pulls information really well. It can purchase things really well from a number of different sources. And that way you don't have to have like 3 or 4 fragmented devices to do all the things you'd like to do with your voice. I definitely think that over time, like interacting with a device via voice becomes a lot more natural. So if you're not used to like asking a device for information or questions, it only takes, I would say a week or 2 before you get used to it and it becomes second nature. All right, that's topic 1. Topic 2 is this article I found on tomsguide.com about what to expect in 2018 from the new Nintendo Switch. I like this article largely because I'm sort of playing with the idea of getting a Nintendo Switch. Largely because in my gaming life, I'm in this place where like I love to play on consoles, but I'm never really at home that much to play on consoles, especially on the weekends now. With having a son, it seems like we're always traveling for family things. We're here, we're there. And packing up my console, my Xbox One, and taking it here and taking it there is just a pain in the ass. So I'd really like to have a gaming console that allows me to play full-on big screen, controller, console format, but also allows me to play it on the go. Like the Nintendo Switch has Skyrim on it, which means that you could essentially, play the full Skyrim experience on a large screen, but also on this small handheld Nintendo Switch, which I think is awesome. That being said, the things that kind of, I guess, make me leery of getting a Switch is the fact that I'm not quite sure that the device is completely comparable to the current consoles. This article talks about some things like bringing entertainment subscription services like Hulu, or I think it currently has Hulu, but doesn't have Netflix. It doesn't have Amazon Prime, those things. Whereas your Xbox or your PlayStations do, which is nice. It's like a all-in-one entertainment system for gaming and streaming. I'd like to see that come to the Switch before I purchase one. I'd also like to see the Switch build out its first-person shooter game archive, because it really doesn't have many of the popular first-person shooters. It has some of these more niche Nintendo RPG games, which is great, but I'd like to see a kind of a more diversified game range before I buy one. But I'm very excited about the Switch. I think the Switch is introducing an idea to the gaming world that's console and handheld together, which is where I'd like to see it go. It's where I'd like to see my tech go. I'd like to see my Apple finally come out with a laptop and an OS that's integrated like the Microsoft Surface. The less devices, the less things we have to worry about, and the more portability and convenience technology gives us, I think the better. That's topic 2. Topic 3 is an article I found on TechCrunch talking about financial technology and startups. Basically just talking about how these startup fintechs are really becoming competitors to the major financial service providers in the United States. Lately a lot of the people getting talk and publicity right now are cryptocurrencies, which is cool. I super understand those, but I understand the fintech space. I understand Stripe. I understand PayPal. I understand Shopify, Square, SoFi. I understand those companies. And one of the companies that I've been really, really excited about, and I've actually been using myself, is this company called Acorn. Acorns. It's essentially an app that goes on your phone, and you can interact with it through your desktop, but it really was designed to be kind of mobile first app. and it's at the long and short of it, it's like an investment app, but it's an investment app that you can use by using kind of your loose change, or what they call roundups. So if you buy something for $1.50, you can automatically set this app to take that 50 cents and deposit it into an investment account. And then Acorn has an automated portfolio. There's like 5 or 6 different profile portfolios that you can pick, from conservative to very aggressive, and they will help you invest that money. I think what's exciting about a company or a service or an app like that is, for somebody like me who's still getting started financially in the world, raising a young family, just starting out in his career, paying down debt, student loans, things like that, it allows somebody to get started with their investing career sooner rather than later, with lower barriers to entry, and with less upfront. And you can do it with your change. It's sort of like the equivalent of everybody who like collects their change from cash purchases and puts it in a jar. Similar idea here, but you can do it digitally, electronically, and then that money doesn't just sit there in the jar. It actually goes to work for you in a sense. I've had a great experience so far. It's automatic. It works while you're not thinking about it. You don't have to make the deposits. It just does it. And then you can also set up recurring deposits if you want to, above the roundups or the loose change. So I think that's exciting. I think it'll help get younger people more interested in the investment world, because I think a lot of people feel like, I don't have money to invest, I can't play in that arena. But the truth is, you really can. And that's topic 3. So that's 12, 13 minutes into this thing, a little bit longer than I intended it to be, but I think maybe my hope was to keep these below 10 minutes, but I think because I'm wanting to talk and discuss topics, it's going to be more like 10 to 15 minutes. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you liked it. It's a lot of fun for me to make, to produce, and to put out. I, though, would love your feedback. I mean, I want to make stuff that both I enjoyed making, but you also enjoyed watching and get value from. So if you're watching this, drop me a comment below, or go over to Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook, look up stevan.freeborn, which is spelled, my name's spelled kind of weird. It's STEVAN.FREEBORN. Look me up, drop me a comment, send me a DM, let me know what you think. What maybe if you'd like me to cover certain topics in technology. Like I said, I'm not an expert, but I enjoy this stuff. I like talking about it. I like interacting with the tech and the hardware and the software. Yeah, so I hope you enjoyed it. Show me some love, follow, subscribe, come find me on social, reach out to me. I'd love to get to know you, talk to you, and I appreciate all the love and support going forward. I'll see you guys next time.